TDD. So I'm really excited about this video because this is gonna be my best tips. And as you guys know, it's January 2018 right now. I have been in the business just under 3 years. And so, you know, my previous videos are all kind of like training centric, but this is gonna be all the stuff that I have personally learned over these past 3 years as a coach. A lot of it might seem like a little woo-woo. Some of it's gonna be tactical like the other videos, but I want to kind of start this video by letting you know that this video can carry you through the next few years of your business, the same way that these lessons have carried me through these 3 years of business. And so, you know, you're gonna listen to it right now. Hopefully you take notes and really let it sink in. But there's gonna be things that really resonate with you. You know, you might listen to this 1 hour video and get 2 main ideas out of it right now. But in 3 months from now, you might hit a roadblock, you might feel stuck, you might feel frustrated. Come back and watch this video again, and I assure you there's gonna be something else in here that sticks out to you that maybe you didn't even really pay attention to before, because different things just become relevant at different points in your business. So just moving forward, I want you to think about that and maybe even write that down somewhere where it'll be in front of your face so that when you do hit that roadblock, you remember, like, I need to go back to Brit's video like she said. So this video is broken up into a couple parts, and the first part is gonna be me talking about time management. So let's dig in. The first lesson I kind of want to teach you guys, and I've learned this the hard way, is that being busy is not the same as producing results in your business. So I just had this weird story in my head for some reason that my self-worth was tied to how busy I was, how important I was, how in demand I was. So I would keep myself busy all day long doing businessy things, and then there were months I would literally struggle to hit the bare minimum goal of Success Club. Well, that's not right. That's not a goal, right? No one wants to work this business where they're like working their ass off and like barely producing results. So I want to let you know, give you a little freedom right now. If you can go get, like, let's say you set your goal, right? And your goal is to hit the same level of Success Club and recruit the same number of coaches that I do. If you can do the same, produce the same level of results as I do, in an hour a day where it takes me 6 hours a day, great. That's awesome. Like, there's no shame in that. And so I just want you to know that up front, that being busy is not the same as moving your business forward. So don't aim to be busy, aim to be productive and efficient and, you know, really helping people and especially new people. So I just want to let you guys know that, because if you tie your self-worth to how busy you are, you'll end up hitting burnout. And honestly, like, this is, hi buddy, I don't want him to knock over my water. This is a lifestyle business, right? Like, we're trying to inspire people into action by showing them how happy we are, how healthy we are, how much freedom we have. And if you are constantly stressed out and you're getting burnt out all the time, people are going to see that and they're not going to want to join you. They're going to be like, why do I want to join someone who's freaking miserable all the time? Which has literally happened to me in my business, and my results at those times have reflected that. So just remember, results are so much more important than the number of hours you're technically working. So how do you achieve results, right? This is a big question, and it's kind of the question if you're a coach. And so I think step number one is to set really, really huge freaking goals. So ask yourself, and you might even want to pause this video and journal right now, but ask yourself, what does your dream life look like? Like, if you are just putting no limitations on it, if you want a freaking vacation home in, you know, the Italian coast, great, write it down. Like, whatever it is that your dream life looks like, retiring your spouse, rescuing 100 dogs, I don't care, write it down. Figure out what that huge, ginormous goal is. And then from there, you need to ask yourself, how much money would I need to make every single year in order to live that dream life? And then in how many years would you like to start making that level of income? And so just for context, 3 to 5 years is generally a reasonable amount of time in this business to expect to hit some pretty big goals. Obviously, like, if you're gonna go buy Canada, then, you know, maybe you're gonna need more than 3 to 5 years. But I think for most people, they want to retire their spouse, they wanna be a stay-at-home wife or mom, they might want like a vacation. I would love to have our vacation cabin up in the mountains, that kind of a thing. So 3 to 5 years, I think, is a realistic time frame for that kind of a goal. And from here, you're gonna reverse engineer. So what does that mean? So let's say that my goal, I realized, like, okay, to achieve my dream life, I need to be making $100,000 a year. And I want to be doing that by year 3. That's my goal. So from there, that means just a kind of a caveat, it's also realistic in this business until you get to a certain level, but up to $100,000, this is realistic to grow your business triple each year. That's honestly a thing that can very much be done if that's what you're shooting for. So if you want to make $100,000 by year 3, then in year 2, you need to be making about $33,000, and in year 1, you need to be making about $11,000. So do you see how that math kind of plays out? So if you want to make around $11,000 in your first 12 months, you're roughly aiming for $926 a month or $231 per week. So how can you earn, this is the question you need to ask yourself, how can I earn $231 a week? Challenge packs are generally $40 of commission. Shaco, $30 of commission. 3-day refresh, $17.50 of commission. And just any retail sales that you do, you're going to get a 25% commission. So if someone comes to you and you help them buy a foam roller, or they maybe just want Beachbody Hydrate or electrolyte supplement or something like that, you're going to be getting 25% commissions on all of those sales. So that's where your business is going to start. And from there, I want you to remember that you are going to get $30 every time someone's Shakeology HD ships. Plus, you can also earn approximately $100 a month in leads if you've hit Success Club 10 in the prior month. So let's say I signed up this month, January 2018, I hit SC10. In February, I'm going to be eligible for paid leads through the company that usually are going to average about $100. And that's just up front. If that customer continues on Shakeology or they want to join a challenge with me or whatever, now I have a more loyal client who I'm going to continue making income from. So in month 1, you might want to aim for 2 challengers and 1 coach a week. That would be a great goal to set, and that would be $480. And then from there, you want to aim for a 1/3 retention rate of Shakeology customers. So meaning in month 2, if you keep the same pace, you'll have $480 in challenge pack sales, $120 in Shakeology HD from the people who signed up last month because you now have this 1/3 retention rate. And then approximately $100 of that Success Club 10 paid leads. So now you've made $700, plus you're gonna start making team cycle bonuses because you've signed up 4 coaches already. You're an Emerald coach at least, possibly Ruby. So now you're also earning residual income from your team's volume. So I know this might all sound a little crazy, but I just wanted to give you an example of how you can reverse engineer your goals and also show you how fast that you can build an income if you're super focused. So the question is, how are you going to acquire 2 challengers and 1 coach a week, right? Because that's your goal so that you can really build that income and hit that 3-year $100,000 mark. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to get those 2 challengers and 1 coach a week? So on average, and this is just an average number, 1 out of 10 people that you're going to invite is going to say yes. And oftentimes, I want you guys to know this up front, oftentimes it's a yes for a later date. So they'll be like, yes, I want to do this, but I need to wait for my paycheck next week. Or yes, I want to do this, but I'm not going to be ready until I get my tax return or whatever. People have all sorts of reasons why they're not ready right now. And for me, I don't choose to combat that really. I generally choose to respect it and put them on my follow-up list for when they tell me that they're ready. So with that in mind, first of all, remember that the fruit is in the follow-up. So you need to have a solid follow-up system for people like that who say they're ready in 2 months from now. But theoretically, if you want 2 challengers a week, you need to be sending 20 invites, right? So that means you need to be sending 4 invites a day, 5 days a week. And if you want 1 coach, you need to be sending 10 invites, so 2 a day for 5 days a week. And then, so that's kind of how you reverse engineer. You go from this big, huge goal of like, I want to earn $100,000 by year 3, and then you narrow it down and down and down until you literally have daily actions. And then, here's the next step, forget the big goal. Because it's kind of like when someone comes to me and they're like, I need to lose 60 pounds. And I'm like, that's an awesome goal, let's chat it out. And ultimately, we want to narrow it down to where we're like, okay, 1.5 pounds a week. And then I want them to completely forget about the 60-pound situation because it's way overwhelming. If they want to lose 60 pounds and then they've only lost 5, they're going to be like, I'm so far, I give up. Versus if they're like, my goal is to lose 1.5 a week and I lost 1 this week, that was pretty good. You see the mindset shift there? So you need to make these big goals. You need to know what your big goals are. You need to reverse engineer them, but then you need to just freaking forget about them and follow the dang process so that you aren't completely overwhelmed and stressed out. And just focus on those monthly goals like Success Club, maybe like in this case, be Success Club 16, 4 new coaches, etc. So focus on those monthly goals and then focus on your, weekly goals and your daily activities. That's what you really want to do. And then I also want to let you guys know that you can redo this math at any time. So if you're like, oh crap, I'm 6 months into my business and I'm kind of behind of what I was hoping, then do the math over. Okay, well, how do you need to pick up your game in order to still get to your goal on time? Also, I always track my activity. So every day when I sit down at Power Hour, I am tallying up how many, coach invites am I sending, how many challenge group invites am I sending, how many new conversations am I starting, and that way, let's say I have an amazing month, I can go back and be like, well, how many invites did I send in each category? Or alternatively, if I have a shit month, I can be like, what did I do wrong? What did I need to change? Do I need to up my invites? Obviously, 200 invites that month wasn't enough, so I need to send more. Do you see how that works if you're tracking your activity? So you can get, how I said 1 in 10 people says yes, but that's an average. So you can get your actual number. You can see, okay, I sent 200 invites, I hit Success Club 16, that means I got 8 yeses, and then figure out your own basically yes ratio. So that's another thing you can do to make this number even more specific and make sure you're on track for hitting your goals. I do want to caution you to always go back to the basics. So as a new coach, you're going to be bombarded with so much info from me, from Amy, from Beachbody, National Wake Up Calls, Super Saturdays, all these different ways, personal development. You're going to be getting so much information, right? But at the end of the day, do not get shiny object syndrome. Do not get distracted by other shit. Just remember 4 vital behaviors. They're given to you for a reason. So when you get overwhelmed or confused or you feel like you're not really producing the results that you should be, 4 vital behaviors. That's what you always need to go back to. That's your home base. When all else fails, those are the priorities and everything else is not important and can wait. 4 vital behaviors, home base, write it down. Always go back to the 4 vitals. So now that you know how many invites to send and you know the 4 vitals, what about the other stuff? Because we do know that there is more to coaching than just sending invites and doing a workout and reading personal development, right? There are other activities that need to happen, running your team, posting on social media, all that good stuff. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to Team Diesel and Daisy's file section, and there's a document called Walker, Jogger, Runner. I always want to say it in the wrong order. Walker, Jogger, Runner. Okay, and so I want you to go and look at those. I want you to choose a pace according to your goals. So if your goal is wanting to make $100,000 by year 3, I can tell you from experience, I'm not there, so you need to be a runner. Because I think I've been more of like, I started off a walker and I've transitioned to a jogger. So if you want to be a runner, you need to print out the runner worksheet. Maybe when I started, I just wanted $500 a month. And that's totally fair for you to just want that. That's okay. That's a great goal. Print out the walker, right? And you're going to need to invest a little less time into it than someone who wants to earn $100,000 by year 3. So pick a pace, print out that business activity tracker or the walker, jogger, runner. I'm never going to get it right. I just give up. But yeah, so print it out, and doesn't matter which one you pick. Like I said, it just needs to match your goals, but stick with it. That's all you need to do. If you just rinse, repeat those worksheets every day, you will build a successful business. But that is the key, is you need to do those consistently over time and stick with the pace, right? So this is just going to help keep you on task. I don't want you wasting time. Like I said, so many people will talk. Look, one thing for me that's been a horrible shiny object is free groups. Not saying that you shouldn't. Maybe that's your jam. Maybe that's how your business is going to work. For me, that's not how my business works. And I've tried them, and then I felt guilty that I'm not doing them. And it's just been a major shiny object for me. So I love these kind of worksheets because I can be rock solid on this is what I need to do each day, and everything else is a shiny object, and I don't freaking need to worry about it, So another caution is this business can take over your life. We are working from our phones and we are working from our computers, so it's very easy to just never, ever, ever turn it off. I am going to demand of you. I normally don't demand anything because I'm your mentor, not your boss. But I'm going to demand of you that you set boundaries in this business. It will protect both your business and your life, and both of them matter a lot. So what are going to be your work days and your work hours? You need to ask yourself this question. You need to write it down, and you need to freaking commit. So I don't care if you're a walker, then maybe Monday through Saturday, you work from 6 to 7 a.m. and that's it. That's okay. That's all good. If that matches your goals, great. Maybe for me, now I'm kind of between a jogger and a runner. That's where I'm at right now. So for me, I'm getting up at 4:30. I start work at 5. I work until 7:30 in the morning, and then I return to it around 1 p.m. and I work until 5. Those are my business hours. Occasionally, I will work until 6 if like Anthony's busy making dinner or something like that. But if he's ready for our time together, the work goes away, done. And I will even like leave my phone at home for our nightly walk, all that good stuff. So you need to set really rock solid business hours. This will protect your work time because you can tell your family, leave me the fuck alone, I'm working. And it will protect your family from you like this all day every time you get a message and someone who wants to know about your group or coaching or whatever. So whatever you do not work outside of these hours unless there's been like a discussion with your family and you've made this agreement with yourself that it's something you can handle that day. But also remember that this business only works if you work it. So if you are like, my business hours 6 to 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and then you wake up on Wednesday and you don't feel like it, so you skip it, and then on Saturday you're busy, so you only do 30 minutes, and you really start like compromising that sacred time, you are going to struggle to build a business. So you need to treat your work hours just like any other job where you clock in and you clock out. And then again, you need to ask yourself, what are your boundaries around technology? So like I mentioned, I will actually leave my phone at home when we take our walk at night. On the weekend, like say we're sitting out here being lazy watching TV or whatever, I will leave my phone plugged in the bedroom, computer closed, away from me. So I make sure I only respond to my inboxes during my work hours. And I only do my inboxes when I have my phone and my laptop. That way I can be talking to people on my phone while recording them in Asana for follow-up. So that's another boundary I have around technology. But yeah, I just try to make sure that when I'm not working, I generally try to keep my technology away from me because we're addicted, right? I'm not special. We're all like this. You just want to like pull it out, check your notifications, whatever. So be really cautious about that. Do not let it take over your life because again, that will lead to burnout and your family will hate you. And then also make sure to schedule one day off from everything with the exception of posting. You do need to post on social media every day. You can schedule posts using Hootsuite if you want to like completely take the day off, but they do need to be scheduled. But make sure you schedule yourself one day off, completely off. No beach body, no work, just time with your family, time to unwind, time to practice some self-care. So that's something I really recommend. And then make sure you're using Asana and scripts to maximize your efficiency. I know that new coaches really don't like using scripts. I was way too egotistical to use scripts when I started and I wasted literally a year. I'm not exaggerating. Like I wasted almost an entire year of my business because I wasn't using scripts and I was just flailing in my conversations. I wasn't able to transition them to invites. And then once I invited, I was word vomiting and scaring people away. So the scripts are there for a reason. I'd recommend copy and pasting them into a note on your phone. Change the verbiage just to sound like you. So don't change the actual script, but like if I say rad and you would use the word cool, change it. Make it sound like you, right? But have those there and freaking use them. This is like so crucial to your success that it's ridiculous. So do not skip this part. Write this down. Use the scripts. They can be found in Team Diesel and Daisy's file section. If you don't like mine for whatever reason, you can also go into Set Your Soul on Fire and look for Amy's scripts. Obviously, I like mine. That's why I use them. But I stole them from Raina. I kind of adapted them from her. But you're welcome to use Amy's or you're welcome to look up other coaches, like top coaches scripting. I don't care whose you're using as long as you have a system in place for scripting so that you're not flailing like I did and wasting time. Okay, another thing about time management that I wanted to touch on is the people who make the least decisions have the best willpower. So we often look at people and we're like, oh my God, they're so disciplined. And I know people feel this way about me, but I'm really not all that disciplined. I'm just very routine, and I basically make my schedule ahead of time. So I've made all these decisions ahead of time, so I don't have to think about it. I'm not like, oh, should I do my workout today? It's built into my routine. I do it every day. If I didn't do it, I'd feel weird. I'd be like, what am I doing with this time, right? So I want you to really focus on creating a solid routine. And this includes everything. This is your work hours. This is what you're doing during those work hours. When is your family time? When are you going to clean your house? What day? What time? What are your workout days? What times are you working out? Where in your house are you working out? Or are you going to a gym? What's your day off? All that stuff. Schedule it. Can it be flexible? Can it change occasionally? Sure, but if you don't have this in place, you are really gonna struggle through discipline, and then you're gonna beat yourself up. You're gonna be like, I suck. No, you don't suck, you just don't have a schedule and a routine, that's all. So make as many decisions ahead of time as possible. Meal planning is a huge example of this. When you meal plan and then you meal prep, the decision making is just like totally minimized. You're like, I already know what I want to eat. I already know what's in the fucking fridge. So am I going to go to Del Taco? Well, no, because I already have this made right here and I know I'm supposed to eat it, right? Just having that decision made ahead of time makes a huge freaking difference. So meal planning, meal prepping, you can choose your clothes for tomorrow's workout. If you struggle to wake up for your workout, a great idea is like having your outfit laid out the night before. So you just wake up and you throw it on and it's like shit's happening on autopilot, whether I like it or not. But these things are going to help prevent analysis paralysis. So I see a lot of coaches fall victim to this, which is where they just overthink everything and it stops them from ever even starting because they just don't even, they overwhelm themselves with needing to make 100,000 decisions. So this will prevent analysis paralysis, and it's also going to prevent burnout because you're not draining your tank by making a zillion decisions all the time. And then I want to also encourage you guys to outsource as much as possible. So ask yourself, where are the places in your life that you personally need to be and where your touch is personally needed? So an example of this would be like picking your kids up from school. That's just like special sacred time that you might want with your children to really bond with them, and you feel like no one else can do this the way that I do. They need me to pick them up. They need mom. I need that time with them. So that might be one of them. For me, I know answering my inbox messages is one. I have my assistant help me with a lot of things, but when it comes to responding to people who I'm talking to about either coaching or challenge groups, I feel like that is where I am gifted. I feel like I really connect with people. I really give a fuck about what they're telling me. I have a lot of experience that I can offer them. So I feel like that's where my personal touch is needed, is responding to my messages. Date night with your hubby. Who else can do that? Oh, well, hopefully nobody else. So only you can do that, right? Like only you can be there to cultivate that quality time. These are areas of your life where no one else can help you. No one else can do it for you. You need to be there to do it. But alternatively, think about this question: where are there things that need to get done but aren't necessarily needing to get done by you, right? So some examples of this would be cleaning your house, right? You can get a housekeeper. They can probably do it better than you can, let's be real. Doing dishes, you can get your kids to do that. You can pay the neighbor to do that. You don't need to freaking do it. And one in my business, that's a big one, is what we call CCQ. So if I were to go on Instagram and look up a hashtag, like hashtag Blue Healer, and CCQ means you go and find people who use that hashtag, who you connect with. So for me, it'd be like younger females in the US or Canada mostly. And comment compliment questions. So go on there and look at a picture and be like, oh my God, your dog is so cute. What's her name? And just start connecting with people. I don't need to do that. It's not something that's like really needing my personal touch to just like start that relationship. So I have my assistant do that for me. She does my CCQ for me, and that's something that I'm able to outsource. And actually we have a housekeeper now too, so that's something I'm able to outsource. But as you begin to earn money with this business, I know it's like kind of counterintuitive because people are like, yay, income. But if you really are entrepreneurial, I recommend reinvesting that money by hiring help, because the faster your business grows, the better, right? Isn't that what you want? You want a business that grows efficiently. So, and if you can do that while keeping your sanity because you have health, because you have help, I hope you have health, but because you have help, like you're killing the game. To me, that's the goal. And I just want you guys to know that there's no pride in sacrificing everything to do it yourself. There are definitely those coaches who are like, I don't run ads, I don't have an assistant, I don't do this, I don't do that. Well, lottie fucking da. Nobody cares. All people care about is how many people are you helping? What's your income? What's your rank? What rank are you in the company? No one cares if you ran ads or not. No one cares if you had someone help you with your dishes or not. No one cares if you had someone CCQ for you or not. There's no pride in that. There's no pride in being a lone wolf and being like, oh, I did this all by myself. Get over it. If you feel that way, get over it. This is the wrong industry for you if you're a lone wolf, because it's all about teamwork. So keep that in mind moving forward. And just know that, like, I want you guys to achieve balance. I don't want you guys to have a business that like sucks up all of your time and all of your energy. This is about freedom. And a big way to have freedom is to create systems like Asana and scripting, and to get some freaking help and outsource some shit so that you are not a slave to your business. So I really recommend, when you start making income, start outsourcing to free up more time for yourself, because time is everything. So that was my time management spiel. I'm going to move on now to talk about the value of action. And I know that might sound a little weird or a little vague, but this is a theme that came up in my note taking over and over when I was thinking, like, what do I want to share with them? So I want you to know up front that you're going to be considered a new coach for an entire year. And I think people think, including myself, that they're only a new coach for a couple months, but that's simply not the case. Your whole first year, you are a new coach. And during year one, when you're a new coach, I really want to encourage you to say yes to things. You are going to have all sorts of opportunities. You're going to meet people. Someone might want to be your success partner. You might meet people, local people on the internet who want to meet you for coffee. People might want to get on the phone with you to talk about the coaching opportunity, all these different things. I highly, highly encourage you to say yes, get out of your comfort zone, and try these things out, because this is going to shorten your learning curve. I know that everybody thinks that they're going to shorten their own learning curve by going and reading books and listening to podcasts and watching all of Amy's YouTube and doing all these things, right? People think all these different things are going to shorten their learning curve. I'm going to learn everything I can. And I'm telling you right now, that's going to be wasting your time. And the best way to learn in this business is to pick a system, pick your scripts, pick your Asana, and just pick what platforms you're going to be working. You know, Facebook like page, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Start freaking doing it. Just start doing it and saying yes to shit and trying it out. And I just, like, that is literally the best learning you could ever do, and it's going to help you so much more than anything else that I can possibly tell you. And during year two, once you spent year one saying yes to all these things and probably feeling like you suck at all of them, in year two is when you start setting boundaries. You can say, okay, you know what, I tried coffee dates. It was cool. I met a couple rad girls who are now my friends, but at the end of the day, that's not how I'm going to be building my business. It's not my jam. It didn't work out, whatever. So you can start taking all the lessons you learned from saying yes to everything in year one, and start narrowing it down and really building some boundaries around your business and getting that vision for what business is going to look like for you. And then I want you to also remember moving forward, and write this one down too, is that progress equals happiness. Progress equals happiness. And I want you to remember that happiness is going to come from action. So I never see coaches more miserable than when they are sitting around not taking action, and they're like, I don't know, I'm just stuck. And I'm like, just go do something. Literally, if you just break the freaking ice and you do something, that little bit of progress is going to equal happiness. You are going to be so much happier because you did that. But yeah, 100% of the time that I've seen coaches fail and then quit, it's pretty much because they waste their time overtraining and they never jump in with their 4 vitals, or they do jump in with their 4 vitals, but inconsistently. They do it for 2 weeks and then they stop, and then a month later they do it for another 2 weeks and then stop, or they do it for 3 days in a row and then they ignore it for a week, and then they do it for a day and then miss a day, and then do it for a day and then miss 2 days. Like, they're just very inconsistent with their 4 vitals, and this does not lead to progress in your business. Consistency is everything. This kind of action will not lead to progress in your business. And then you'll get mad because you're like, well, I'm trying. Well, you're not being consistent. And that's why your business isn't working out. So you need to be doing the 4 vitals consistently. That will make progress. That will bring you happiness. Got it? So yeah, whenever you feel discouraged, whenever you feel stuck, make sure you just start there and ask yourself, am I doing my workouts? Am I drinking my Shakeology? Am I posting on social media? And am I inviting? Usually, like 9 times out of 10, people are not doing one or more of those things when they're stuck in their business. And yeah, at the end of the day, if you're getting results in your business, you're going to be happy with your business. We're only unhappy when we convince ourselves we're working and then not making any progress, right? Another thing, and this is something I've fallen victim to a lot, is do not look for the magical one thing that's going to make your business work. And I had a horrible habit of looking up top coaches, learning all about their system, implementing their system because I'm like, this is it, this is the magical cure. And then of course it doesn't work for me exactly how it works for them because we have different tribes, different personalities, different everything. And then I'd just be like so deflated, like, oh, I thought that was like the thing, like what happened? So I want you to know that there is no one thing in your business. You are the thing. The 4 vitals are the thing. There's no other secret. You doing the 4 vitals consistently is a secret. I know it's a really lame secret, but it's the truth. And nothing else that I or anybody is gonna teach you is gonna be that one magical thing. It's just not. And I just want you guys to know that up front. So don't be searching for your unicorn. Just get your booty out there and do some work. And then I also want to remind you again, like we have different tribes. So I'm going to teach you my way. And you can go and listen to Raina and she's going to teach you her way. And you're going to listen to Amy and she's going to teach you her way. All you can do is just take those systems and make them your own because our tribes are different. And the way that your business is going to work, because your personality and your clients are different, it's just not going to be exactly the same as anybody else. It's not. We can give you a great base, a great start point, and then you have to do what we call know, do, tweak. So, okay, you know my system. Go out there, you know it, do it now, put that into action, put my system into action, and then recognize, hey, this part isn't working out so great for me, or this part feels kind of gross to me. Tweak it and make it your own. And that's how you're going to have a successful business. Know, do, tweak. And then, lastly, this is a big one. Remember that failure is the midway point to success. I'm going to repeat that. Did you guys hear that? Failure is the midway point to success. So it's something that you're going to have to learn to embrace. Failure doesn't mean you suck. The only time that suckage occurs is when people quit. That sucks. When you guys quit, that sucks. But when you fail, I'm like, fuck yes, I'm glad you failed because that means you're trying something, right? It means you're working your business, you're taking action, you tried something new, it failed, awesome. You learned something that's going to make you better moving forward. That failure, big freaking win. Every fail is a win as long as you don't quit. As long as you keep moving forward, failure is a win. And so I just want you to know that. Like, stop viewing failure as this, like, they always say, like, you know, win versus lose. Like, there's this dichotomy. You succeed or you fail. It's not a dichotomy. You're going to fail 1,000 times on your way to success, and that's how you get over there. And you're just going to have to accept that this view of failure is different than what you've always been taught, and it's better and it's more correct. So now you know. But yeah, I just like to approach my business as a giant experiment. And when I try something that doesn't work, I'm like, cool, I learned something moving forward. I won't be doing that again. I'll be trying this thing instead. It's not really a big deal. Like, don't get so attached to the outcome. And yeah, like I said, as long as you never stop taking action, your knowledge and confidence are going to continue to grow, and you're going to continue to gain competence with every single failure. So don't be so obsessed with success. It's a success that you just stick around and keep doing your vitals. That's all the success that you need to get to where you want to go. I also really recommend creating quick wins for yourself. I want you guys to know I send voice messages to people all the time, and this is what I do. I just like screw up my words because my brain just goes too fast, and I just laugh at myself, and people probably think I'm crazy, but whatever. It's working for me. So anyway, so create quick wins for yourself. And this is a really big difference I see between successful new coaches and unsuccessful new coaches is that successful coaches make sure to create these quick wins. And what it does is increases their confidence. And when your confidence is increased, you start to see the potential in yourself, in the business, and that makes you want to keep taking action and moving forward. Whereas if you don't push for these quick wins, it's really easy when you're a new coach to get really deflated and be like, this isn't working, or alternatively, I'm just not good enough. I'm not as good as everyone else who does this. And so some quick wins that I want to suggest to you guys to really build that confidence and really keep you going and make sure that you're here a year from now. Number 1, aim to hit Success Club 5 for month 1, 2, and 3 in your business. So for your first 3 months, and the months, by the way, count as the 1st through 30th in our company. It's not the day you signed up. So if you signed up on the 9th, your month is not the 9th to the 9th. Your month is still the 1st through the 30th. It doesn't matter. So month 1, 2, and 3, you really want to aim to hit Success Club 5 or higher, which means helping at least 3 people get started with the challenge pack. So this is going to earn you a free ticket to Coach Summit. And it's our biggest coach event of the year. There's 40,000 coaches. We always go somewhere cool. My first year, we did Nashville, and then last year was New Orleans, and then this year's going to be Indianapolis, and who knows where next year's going to be, but hopefully you're there. But yeah, I really recommend earning that free ticket to Coach Summit. I told you guys to do it all the time. Your free ticket to Coach Summit normally costs hundreds of dollars, but you can earn that by hitting Success Club 5 or higher this first 3 months and becoming what we call a success starter. So that's a big deal. I did it. I felt like a motherfucking boss because I did it. So I highly recommend putting that on your vision board or your goal list or whatever it is that you're doing. The other thing I really want to encourage you to do is get to Emerald. So get to Emerald rank as soon as you can. First of all, recognition just feels good. And when you hit Emerald, you get shouted out on the team pages, and you'll get shouted out by Amy, who's currently the number 8 coach in the company. And that just feels damn awesome when you're like, I did that, I am the shit. And it just, builds your confidence and makes you feel like you know what the hell you're doing. Another reason you want to go Emerald really fast is because then you open your business for Team Cycle bonuses. And so just to give you, again, Team Cycle bonuses are coming from the volume that your team is producing. So once you're Emerald, you have a team of at least 2 people, and now you can start making an income from the volume that they're producing. Whether it's just that they're ordering their Shaco for the discount, or whether they're working the business and helping other people commit as well. So mine are currently $100 a week. And I know that's not huge, crazy, whatever, but can you imagine like basically making $400 a month for not really doing anything? Like, not that I do nothing. I run my team. I make sure that I start you guys off, successfully. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just sitting on my butt and money is rolling in because I've built up my team and my business. So this is just kind of funny to me, but Anita Myron, she was a top 10 coach in not last year, 2017, but the year before. So she was a 2016 top coach. For context, she recruits 30 to 40 coaches a month. I think I have to sneeze, so if that happens, I'm sorry. Brace yourselves. She recruits 30 to 40 coaches a month. So she's a recruiting motherfucking boss. But she is making $7,500 a week on Team Cycle bonuses. So I'm not saying that that's the level you need to be operating at or even needs to be a goal of yours, but I am letting you know that that is literally a thing that happens. That is possible if you're recruiting 30 to 40 coaches a month. There's no reason that can't be you. So as soon as you get to Emerald, you get to start making Team Cycle bonuses. Make that a priority, make that a quick win. And I really recommend aiming to hit Emerald month 1. So I signed up March 9th, I hit Emerald March 17th, and I just did it by, I signed up my mom and I signed up Anthony because I was like, you guys need to be drinking Shakeology anyway. You can get a discount and you're helping me out, and someday I could help earn you income because you have an account. You're welcome. And they've been they're at the top of my organization to this day. But I honestly did it just because Amy told me to, and I blindly followed. I just chose to trust her. I was like, I don't really get it. I don't understand this business yet, but you're very successful, and if you're telling me to sign up my 2 close family members at the top of my organization and go Emerald, I'm going to do it. And I understand it now, and it's awesome because when you're at Diamond rank, then you go Star Diamond by helping your team advance to Diamond as well. So now I have control over making Anthony's account go Diamond, making my mom's account going Diamond, which can ultimately help me become a 2-star Diamond coach. And being a 2-star Diamond coach is a really big deal because of course, Team Cycle bonuses, again, come into play, helps me make income. They'll be making income from it as well. And I can open my second business center, which we call the CVC. So there's a lot of reasons that you want to do this. I don't expect you to understand them all. I do ask that you please trust me. I did this. It was a very good judgment call, even though I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, I recommend signing up 2 close friends / family members to go Emerald within month 1, and just trust me that it will pay off. And let them know too. I told my mom and Anthony right away, if you invest in this, if you do this, I will ultimately make you paychecks. I will use your accounts to make paychecks, and you will get paid for doing this for me. So make that a priority. I also want to switch gears a little bit right now and talk about a concept called Eat That Frog. So there's going to be some activity in your business you hate, right? And for most of us, let's be real, it's inviting because we're a little scared of like what people are going to say or whatever. So eat that frog is something you want to do if you're extremely serious about succeeding as a coach. And what it means is that you make the thing you dread the most, the thing that you do first every single day. So again, if it's your invites, wake up and before you even have friggin' time to think about it, send 10 invites to people. Or wake up and if what you hate doing is working out, throw on your workout clothes, get it done. Whatever it is, that's the thing where like you're like, oh, I don't want to do this today. I'm tired. This sucks. And you start making excuses and like dragging your butt. Do that first. Eat that frog. That is a huge key to success. So write it down. Eat that frog. I also wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about storytelling versus preaching. This is something I've had to learn the hard way because I love getting up on my soapbox. Let's be real. But here's the deal. If I were to say, you guys, do not eat Taco Bell 3 times a week. It's so bad for you. Do you even understand what you're putting in your body? You should not be doing that. You should respect yourself more. You deserve better. Like, you've got to join my challenge group because you should not be doing that. Who is going to want to listen to me? People are going to feel really icky. They're going to think I'm really judgmental. They're not going to want anything to do with me. I'm probably going to make them feel bad about themselves versus comfortable reaching out to me, right? So instead of preaching, that's what that is, that's preaching, you want to storytell. And that means using a lot of I statements. So talk about your past or present. So that'd be something like me saying, oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot believe that before I became a coach, I literally used to eat Taco Bell 3 times a week. And every time I did, I felt like shit. And I didn't even really understand that it was coming from the food I was eating. But now that I've started like learning about clean eating and changing over my diet, oh my God, I feel so much better. So apparently, if you just don't eat Taco Bell every day, you get to feel amazing. You guys have got to join me. Like, this group is the bomb. You'll love it and you'll have so much more energy. Message me if you're interested. Message me for details, whatever. So do you see the difference? Like, I'm literally talking about the same thing, but I'm putting it in the context of like, hey, I used to do this too, versus like, you shouldn't do that because it's bad. So yeah, difference between storytelling versus pointing the finger. And also make sure to tell them when you do that, when you tell those messages, make sure to let them know you found a solution so that they understand like, oh, she's a coach who can actually help me because she was the same way, but now she's not. And she has something to offer to teach me to not be that way either, right? Because they're going to see themselves in you. And so make sure you let them know that you have a solution and invite them to join you. Or sometimes I like ending my post with a thought-provoking question. So it would be something like, do you notice that every time you eat fast food, you feel crappy too, or does it not really bother you? Something like that. Just something to get them thinking, yeah, you know what? Every time I eat Taco Bell, like I do kind of feel like shit. And just get them to think in the direction of health and fitness so that when they're ready for that change, you're their go-to person. And then this is funny, this is underlined, capitals, and exclamation points, consistency, which I keep bringing it up. So does that tell you that it's important if I keep bringing it up? But if you take nothing else from this video, please take consistency away from this video because it is the most important freaking thing. So why is this important? I'm gonna tell you. Number 1, you can only find your voice and your tribe by posting all the freaking time and by connecting with a ton of people all the time over time. That's the only way you're gonna figure out how do you want to talk? What messages do you stand for? What kind of people do you want to connect with? How do you talk to those kinds of people? I can ask you all the right questions. I can give you all the right training. There is nothing that I can say to teach this to you. Nothing. And if anyone tells you that they can teach you this, they're a fucking liar. So I want you to know right now that for you to learn your voice, your messages, your passion, your tribe, to build that up, you simply have to be consistent over time. You have to be posting every day and talking to people every day. That's how you learn it. There's nothing I can say to teach you. You just have to do it and find your own voice because your voice is gonna be different than mine. Also, momentum. Momentum is huge. And momentum comes from people seeing your dedication to both your business and your health and fitness journey over time. Because when you do that, when you show them that you are consistent with your business and your fitness over time, they're gonna start to trust you. And at first they're gonna look at you and be super sketch and be like, where's this coming from? I don't know, seems a little shady. But when you just don't freaking quit, they're gonna be like, okay, fine, you've been doing this for 2 years, freaking tell me about it. Like, what's the deal? You're still doing it, so obviously something's working. You're getting abs, obviously it's working. And honestly, every time I go to my chiropractor, he goes, are you still doing that MLM thing? And I say, yeah, I love it, it's the best. And he's like, he just cracks up and he's like, I don't know anyone else who's done that as long as you have. Because I've been in this for almost 3 years. And he's right. And you guys know this. You have the friend who sold the mascara for 2 weeks and then never talked about it again. No trust built, no momentum built, nothing. When you stick it out, you stand out from the crowd, people start to trust you, and that's where your momentum comes from. When people start to trust you, they start sending referrals. So either they join you and have a kick-ass experience and refer people, or they're like, hey, I don't really need what you have to offer, or I'm not ready yet, but I know someone who is. Like, you've got to reach out to my girl so-and-so, like, she needs you, right? Referrals. Hell yeah, who doesn't want referrals? Also, this is going to help you organically grow your social media and increase your visibility. Because people, that is like just that consistency. Really, that's how you grow social media. Like posting decent content every single day, making sure your pictures look nice, making sure your captions are thoughtful. People, again, they start tagging their friends. You start showing up on the Explore page of Instagram. People start, telling their friend, hey, like the other day I had someone tag me in someone's post and be like, hey, you girls need to connect. And this is someone I don't know personally. So you've really just got to be consistent to start growing your social media more organically versus the grind that it takes up front of doing that CCQ work. And then also, and I think this is the holy grail of coaching, is when people are reaching out to you. So when you are no longer having to grind like a crazy person and reach out to others, but instead they're reaching out to you. Hashtag goals, no? So that's what's going to come from momentum. I'm just getting to this spot. I want you guys to know after almost 3 years in the business. Consistently. So you really have to stick it out for that to happen. And Amy did always say that year 3 is when the magic happens. So I'm excited to almost be there. And then personal growth. So I want you to know you need to be consistent with your personal growth. And here's the thing you need to know. You can either use the struggles that you encounter as an excuse to quit taking action. So you can be like, this is too hard, I give up, I'm not going to show up to my business anymore. Or you can use obstacles as an opportunity to grow yourself, to become bigger than your obstacles. So yes, you might have this growth sparked by your business. You might hit a plateau and you might realize like, oh my God, I have this limiting belief where I really don't think that I'm good enough. So you have to work on building that muscle and feeling good enough. And then the cool thing about this business is your personal growth journey is your business, and then it seeps into every other area of your life. So you've bettered yourself for your business, but now your parenting's better, your marriage is better, your friendships are better, your art that you create is better. Everything gets better because you grew yourself for your Beachbody business, which is exactly the trajectory of my business and how it's gone down and why I'm an addict and why I'm not going anywhere. So just kind of know that. And right now, I want you to ask yourself, which will you choose? Remember that the less choices we make, the better. And the people with the best willpower test it the least. So I want you to commit to yourself right now. When you hit an obstacle, and you will hit more than one obstacle, I assure you, and it may be next week, and it may be in 5 months from now, and it may be in 5 years from now, but when you hit that obstacle, are you going to choose to quit, to let your struggles make you stop taking action, or are you going to choose to use your obstacles as opportunities to grow yourself? I want you to write down. And I hope you choose, I am going to use my challenges as opportunities to grow myself. I hope that's your choice. That's been my choice, and it's changed my damn life. And that's why I'm happy now, after spending 10 years with anxiety and depression and body dysmorphia and autoimmune disease. And I've come out the other side happy and enthusiastic because I've chosen to take my obstacles and turn them into gifts and lessons. So I hope that's what you choose too. And then lastly, I wanted to let you know that we do have a 2018 team-wide goal for Team Diesel and Daisies, which is to become a top 200 elite team. And so I want to know from you guys, like, would you feel proud if you were a part of that? If I was like, we're not even close, we're a top 2,000 team right now. Actually, we were top 1,500 ending last year. But we're not that close to the top 200, right? That's still pretty far. We need to jump a lot of spots. So would you be proud to know that you took part in going from 1,500 all the way up to 200 and that you were a contributing member of that team? And so if you want to be a team player, I want to let you know how you can help. So number one, by hitting Success Club every single month. So by you hitting Success Club as my personally sponsored coach every single month, every time you do that, our team gets an elite point, which is huge, 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 huge. So make that a priority, Success Club. Drink your shakes every day. So volume is a part of being a top 200 team. And if you're drinking your shakes every day, you're ordering your shake every month. And by ordering your shake every month, you're producing volume that is ultimately going to build our team up to a top 200 elite team. Rank advance your business. So again, every time you rank advance, A, you're going to get a point, and B, you are also going to add people to the team that's going to increase volume. So it's kind of like twofold. So rank advancing your business can be huge for our team growth. Help your coaches hit Success Club and rank advance is also important. So make sure that not only are you signing up coaches, but you're helping lead them to success. And then contribute to the team page, because I hate when occasionally like our team page will die and it's just me in there by myself. No one wants to hear from me every day, you guys. Boring. I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear what you're struggling with. What are you kicking ass at? What did you learn today? What quote is inspiring you right now? All of these things help the team so much. So if nothing else, even if you're like, I'm not hitting Success Club right now, I'm struggling, whatever, I don't have any coaches to help, that's okay. Get on the team page, share some stuff, share what you're going through, what's good, what's bad, and get involved in the team, and that helps massively as well. So I hope you guys are on board for this goal. I'm excited, and I'm excited to see who my runners are, who really want to build this dream with me, and I cannot freaking wait on December 31st of 2018 to see who is standing next to my side, and I'm like, we did this together. Like, we built Team Diesel and Daisies to something freaking awesome. So I hope you're on board for that. Make sure to write down how you can contribute to that goal. Okay, last section, mindset. So I want to talk, I'm going to readjust for a sec. Ooh, almost knocked stuff over. Okay, so I want to talk for a second about big picture visionaries versus short-term thinkers. So short-term thinkers are people who get into this business and they just want to make some quick cash. And so they grind. Maybe they have a little spike, then maybe they kind of lose it, whatever. Or maybe they don't ever make money because all they're focused on is money. So they get in here for fast cash, and then if they don't make the fast cash, they get super frustrated because they're like, oh, I'm not making any money. And they say the business doesn't work, and they give up, and they eventually quit. That's a short-term thinker, and I see it more often than I would care to admit. Big picture visionary, which I will also use synonymously with entrepreneur, because it's kind of the same thing if you're truly an entrepreneur. Big picture visionaries know what they want long-term. They see that vision. They see the $100,000 in year 3. They understand that it's going to take till year 3 to get there, and they do not leave a window open. They do not leave a window open. So for context, for my own journey, I got into this wanting to make $500 a month, and I literally said these words out loud. If it takes me 10 years to be able to make $500 a month consistently doing this, I don't care, I'll work it for 10 years. And I meant it. I was dead serious. I wasn't being sarcastic. And that might sound crazy, but I didn't care. It was worth it to me. And so big picture visionaries do not leave a window open. They do not say bullshit words like try. Oh, I'm going to try. I'll try to send my invites. No. You literally have control. You're either going to send them or you're fucking not, right? Fact. Like, there is no trying to send them. You're either sending them or you're not sending them, and you have 100% control over whether or not that happens. So people who are true entrepreneurs do not say try, they just effing do it. Quitting is not an option for big picture visionaries. They understand what they want, and they believe that what they're doing will get them there if they just stick it out long enough and learn enough and grow enough. So quitting is not going to happen, period, the end. And they really trust the process. They just know, like, they have a sense of knowing. Like, if I don't quit, I will eventually win the game. It may take longer than I want, but I will get there. And that's what it's really all about. And whenever they hit those roadblocks, they work on themselves and they work on their personal development so that they can overcome it. So one way to help yourself transform into a visionary, which, by the way, I was a bit of a visionary when I started, but my goals were much smaller. It wasn't like I wasn't as much of a powerhouse, if you will, as I am today. Like I said, I wanted $500 a month. So you don't have to have a crazy huge goal to be a big picture visionary. But one way to help yourself transform into a visionary is to really view your business as your art. So again, this kind of goes along with calling it an experiment, but just like have fun with it. Realize that you're creating something amazing for yourself, for your family, for your tribe, and just like have a good time. Be like, that's it, we're cool, let's like shift gears and try something else, and start to take some pride in this thing that you're creating, and just know that like it's gonna be worth it. Just the same way as like grinding out that painting may be frustrating, it has its ups and downs, but then you get this beautiful piece of artwork, right? And your business is the same exact way. Also make sure to set like a really realistic expectation of what building this business is going to look like. And so an example I love using is like, if you were going to go push a boulder, that first push is like, oh my gosh, I can't even get it to move. But you keep pushing, you eventually get it to move a little, you keep pushing, it starts to get easier and easier. And then once the boulder's in motion, you can just keep it going, right? Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. So I want you to know, first of all, it's a great analogy for momentum, because if you stop keeping it going, what happens? You just start all over again. But I want you to know up front that it is going to take a lot of work to get that boulder in motion. You may look at me and be like, oh, it's so easy for her, but know that I did the work up front to get the boulder in motion. I had to work just as hard as you did to get it started, and now I just have momentum because I never stopped. So be realistic about the amount of work that this is going to take to get it started up front. And I really recommend planning to what we call 10x your business up front so that you can slow down later. So what 10x means is take whatever you think you should do and times it by 10. So if you're like, I'm gonna send 2 invites a day, then fucking send 20 invites a day. Not even exaggerating. I know that sounds scary and horrible when you're a new coach, but I swear to God, I did not do this. And I regret that I did not do this, because I'd be so much further along in every way if I would have 10x'd my business. So plan to 10x your business up front, grind really hard and do the work up front so that in 1 or 2 or 3 years from now, you're gonna be way further than me and have even more options and more freedom in your life than I do. That's what I want for you. It's kind of like raising kids. I'm like, I want you guys to do better than me. So I also want you guys to know, now that you know you're in a 10x, right? And you're gonna plan time daily, weekly, and monthly for stress management. Because if you're 10xing this new business, it's going to be stressful. There's going to be moments of stress, so be proactive. Nothing is worth losing your health over, and when you get to the point where you've lost your health to stress, then you're gonna have to make a choice. Am I gonna take care of my body or my business? That should never, ever be a choice you have to make. Don't ever let it get to that point. Be proactive with stress management. And so some examples are getting enough sleep, prayer, meditation, massage, acupuncture, hypnotism, therapy, foam rolling, eating well, deep breathing techniques, reading, all of these things. Practice some freaking self-care, you guys, so that you don't go crazy. And the added bonus to practicing self-care is it's your damn job to lead from the front, right? You're a health coach. Be an example of health. Not just that you do workouts, not even just that you drink your shakes, but that you're eating great food and you're getting great sleep and you're taking time to do Epsom salt baths and you drink green tea, and then share that with your tribe. And that's really gonna build trust with them. It's gonna give them ideas. It's gonna show them that you're a leader and that you're practicing what you preach. It's so awesome that your self-care and your health gets to be your business, right? So do it, make that a priority, take advantage of that. And then once you start gaining some competence in your business and you're practicing adequate self-care, the next thing you want to master is going to be posture. So this is one of those lessons that's going to come in probably later in your business, even more so than now, but it's so important. And basically what posture is what people read between the lines when they talk to you. So you're going to talk to them and they're going to get some kind of vibe. You're confident, you truly believe in what you're saying, you seem a little sleazy or scammy, you seem like you think you don't believe in your own business, whatever. They're going to read something between the lines. This is your posture. And so your ideal posture is that you're super confident in your own ability to achieve results in your health and fitness with Team Beachbody products. And then, because of that, you're extremely confident that you can help other people replicate that and use the Team Beachbody products to get their own transformation and results. You're extremely confident in your health coaching business. So again, this comes from the little wins that I talked about earlier. produce small wins for yourself, and you're going to build some confidence in the business. Now you can be more confident that you can help other people replicate your success, and that you can help them hit Success Club, and that you can help them get to Emerald rank and all that good stuff. So that's the ideal posture, is knowing you can use the products to get your results, therefore help other people do the same. Knowing that you can use your business to help people and make money and help other people do the same. So you're not going to have this right up front. You're just not. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So know that. Know that you're not weird. There's nothing wrong with you if you don't feel posture. It's like a muscle. You build it over time. But this is the one time I'm going to tell you to fake it until you make it. I'm all about being real and authentic. But when it comes to posture, just freaking fake it up front, and your feelings will start to follow over time as you start to build results for yourself, for other people in your business. Posture will happen, but you're just gonna have to fake it up front, and that's okay. And in the meantime, like I said, look for evidence that things are working so that you can build that posture in a more authentic way. Okay, almost there, you guys. This is a marathon. So what if you're afraid of other people's judgment, right? You're trying to have posture, but you're really scared. What do other people think of me? That's an indicator that you're making this business all about you. And I know you guys aren't gonna love this message probably, but honestly, that's a really selfish way of thinking, because you are gonna prevent yourself from taking action. You're so afraid of judgment that you are not gonna reach out, and you're not gonna invite that person who is sitting there watching you, needing help, but too afraid to reach out. And yes, this is a fact. This is not me blowing smoke up your ass. I just had someone 2 days who's been following me for actual years, who I finally reached out to, say thank you so much. I'm really shy. I didn't feel comfortable reaching out, but this is something I'm really interested in. It means the world to me that you asked me. Hello, what if I was like, oh, but I'm scared, what if she judges me? And I prevented her from having this opportunity because I was all about myself. You know, don't be selfish about this. You had someone reach out to you most likely, so pay that gift forward to other people and reach out to them. And also, you're afraid of people's judgment, so you're not gonna invite. And inviting is ultimately the money-making activity, so you are literally taking money out of your family's pocket. Most people join this business because they want to financially contribute to their family, and then you're gonna be like, but I'm scared they'll judge me. So you're not gonna invite, and then you're like, sorry I didn't get a paycheck this week. Come on, you guys, like you deserve better. The people in your tribe deserve better. Your spouse deserves better. Your kids deserve better. So I know that Haley Christensen, she's a really successful coach. Her quote is, don't be a bitch, hit send. So maybe you need to write that down. Don't be a bitch, hit send. But really, you guys, don't make it about you and your ego and your image, but make it about the people that you can potentially serve, including your family, by having financial success in this business. So remember that. This one will resonate with you later, I swear. And I also, this business is the one time where I want you guys to know that no does not mean no. No does not mean no. Write it down. This is the only time in life. But the latest stats show that it takes literally 7 exposures for people to commit to something. So just because you invited them and they said no, that doesn't mean anything. That was probably their first exposure, right? So if they give you a hard no, they're like, nope, not interested, thanks. That's okay. Leave them on your social media. Let them watch you. Keep exposing them through your posts, and after 7 exposures, they will come to you when they're ready and be like, okay, tell me about this thing. I see you're still doing it. I know you invited me before. People do that. This is a thing that happens. Alternatively, they might just give you a maybe or a later. Great. Put them on your follow-up list and follow up with them later, right? Who cares? Again, there's just more exposures and more opportunities for them to keep watching you transform and watching your challengers transform. But yeah, I would say one of, if not your main job as a coach, as a new coach, is going to be to just figure out how to still be here and working your business 1 year from now. That's honestly the hardest hurdle to overcome. Just be here in a year and just make sure you're doing the 4 vitals during that year. That's it. So make sure that you give time for the compound effect to really do its job, and be here when those no's that you collected are finally ready to get some help. Because if you're not here when they're ready, guess who they're gonna come to? They're gonna come to me. They're gonna come to Amy. They're gonna come to someone else and give their money that you technically earned to somebody else. I don't know why you'd want that. You did the freaking work. So make sure you're here a year from now when your no's are ready to become yeses. So how can you ensure that you're still here a year from now? Again, progress equals happiness. So make sure first and foremost that you're doing the 4 vitals. That's always home base. And then if you're like, you know what, I am doing the 4 vitals and I'm still plateauing. And this has happened to me. So that's not unheard of. It is a thing that happens. Then you need to look inside of you. So you have to work on the one thing that you have control over. You don't have control over other people saying yes or no, but you do have control over yourself, your attitude, and your actions. So you need to start asking yourself the hard questions. If you're doing the 4 vitals and you plateau, ask, are you leading from the front with your nutrition, with your workouts, with your shakes, and with your results? Are you inviting enough? So you may be inviting, but you might just simply not be inviting enough. Do you have any limiting beliefs that you need to work on? So is there maybe something about the business that you don't really believe in or feel sketch about? Have you strengthened your posture? And are you organized? So there are no victims in entrepreneurship. And this is like one of my favorite things to talk about. Victor versus victim mentality. But all the time I will see coaches, they sign up, they work their business for a little while, it gets tough, and then they just cry about it. Oh, Beachbody's compensation plan isn't good enough. Oh, my upline didn't help me enough. Oh, poor me, life is hard. I didn't have all the breaks that other people have. Victim, 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 victim. Don't do it. People who get in the victim mentality do not succeed as entrepreneurs. Period. The end. They may succeed for a while, but they will not succeed long term. I'm telling you right now. There are no victims in entrepreneurship. Successful entrepreneurs never blame the business. They never blame their team. They're not like, oh, well, my team isn't doing anything. They own their shit. So no matter what the issue is, let's say my team is not producing, and then I don't go and say, oh, team, you guys suck. I go, whoa, I must be doing something messed up as a leader. I really need to look into leadership and work on personal development in the leadership sphere and grow my leadership skills so that I can help them better so that we all succeed together, right? That's how an entrepreneur thinks. Someone who's not entrepreneurial thinks, my team sucks. I don't recruit good people. Victim, 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 right? Do you see the difference there? So there are no victims in entrepreneurship. You are gonna have to learn to own your shit. And even if you feel victimized and you're like, but Beachbody screwed up my Success Club points. Well, too bad. Figure out how to make sure that doesn't happen next time. Grow from it, learn from it. That's what entrepreneurs do. They dig in and grow themselves to grow their businesses. Victor over victim mentality. So another thing, a little caution I wanted to give you guys is make sure you don't follow too many coaches and be really mindful of how the coaches you follow make you feel. Because I used to follow a ton of coaches and I recently deleted so many people because it was so noisy and it made me play the comparison game. I was like, oh, I'm not doing free groups like her, and oh, my pictures aren't as pretty as her, and that doesn't serve you. It really doesn't serve you. So make sure that the people you are following should be few and far between, but make sure they're people who make you feel empowered and inspired and motivated versus people who are making you feel like FOMO or like you're not enough or like you need to compare yourself to them. But yeah, really protect your energy, whether it's with a coach or with a potential client, or maybe someone who even is a client. Just know that no one person is gonna make or break your business except for you. So if you have someone who's really interested in your challenge group, but they're treating you badly, you should not sign that person up. You should not sign that person up. Can I say that again? Do not sign that person up. If they're truly giving you horrible juju, do not bring that into your space, into your life, and into your challengers' lives. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. And that one person and those 2 Success Club points will not make or break your business. So, another caution, and this is going to be a quote. I think it's more important to think about what you've read than to actually read. I think overconsumption is a bigger problem and a bigger and bigger problem. Oftentimes, I need to consume less and think about things more. Do not overconsume personal development and training. And say it again. Do not overconsume personal development and training. Again, new coaches love digging into this stuff, and I love that. I'm glad you guys are enthusiastic about it. But every time you listen to a podcast or read pages in your book, you should go back and take time to think about it. Give yourself some quiet time to think, what's the one thing I got out of that I can implement today? And implement. That's what matters, is taking action from the things that you are learning. Over-consuming, if you listen to 5 hours of PD a day, you're still only going to be able to take one thing from that. So doing that is just a waste of your time. Do not overconsume. Consume a little bit each day. I read 10 pages each day. And then I take time to reflect and think about how does this play into my life and how can I use this and implement this in my business. Don't overconsume, you guys. Consume a little, give yourself space and time to really absorb it and act on it. Okay, this is the last part, and I want you to write all of this down. This is really important. This is like the overall messages I've learned from my business, and I apply them to my whole entire life every day. Done is better than perfect. Okay, done is better than perfect. Something is better than nothing. Something is better than nothing. And have some freaking fun. Have fun. This is something I struggle with because I'm such a hustler, and then I'm like, my job is to sit on social media and talk to people all day and post and try fun new workout programs and go on vacations with my team, and my job's the shit, and sometimes I take it so damn seriously. Don't take it so seriously. Set your business hours, respect them, show up for yourself, hustle hard, but don't forget, done is better than perfect. You're never gonna be perfect, so don't try. Just get your shit done. Something is better than nothing. Don't just be like, I can't do it all, so I'm gonna do nothing today, right? And just have fun with it. Have a great time, you guys. Get to know people, get to know yourself. Use this to make yourself a better person, to make life better for your family, to empower others. What a rad opportunity. So thank you so much for your time. You got through your training. Good work. Good luck with your business, and you know where to find me, so be in touch, you guys. Bye.